Okay, welcome everybody and welcome Notification Squad. um, Today is Sunday. Um, I wanted to read one of my encouraging words out of my book that I had. I was like, oh well, let me do this. Um, Cause then like here it says this and yeah. Okay. Like I can't hear nobody, but y'all can hear me. I don't know if it's this or is it this that y'all hear. Um, Today is Sunday. Oh my God, I just lost that. So I wanted to read let me see, one of my encouraging words, something that had helped me, and I thought I'll use it on today. What a good thing to start off your life, encouraging people. Don't mind this. This just up here. Okay. So, but welcome everybody to. I like this thing because I don't have my other one. But welcome everybody to Tpromise Live, and um, y'all gotta tune in tomorrow for the pouring of the tea. I'll be posting something early in the morning at 8. Um, so put your notifications on for that. Um, okay, let me get into it. So, my encouraging word for today is when you think that God's not working in your life, think again. He continues to make ways when we least expect Him to come through. That is why we continue to walk in doors that are open because He has the key and know which way to guide us. Don't think it's strange when the impossible happened. Know that it was nothing but God brought you this far. God has made the way for you. Glorify Him while you got a chance. God gave it, and the world can't take it away from you. Remember, prayer is the key, and faith unlocks the door. That's to remember. Prayer is the key, and faith unlocks the door. So when you pray, remember that's your key. And faith, meaning that you whatever you hope for, whatever you believe that God is going to do, just because you do not see it, you know it's there, right? You know it's gonna happen. That God, you're gonna open this door for me, and you're gonna do this for me. I just continue to do what you're doing and continue to pray, and that even though you go through different things in life, that it's gonna work for your good. Y'all, I was wondering, like, I was gonna come on here, what to do as far as for tonight. I have a lot that I want to do tonight, but as far as encouraging people, I love to do. And today, all day, we was talking about faith, and there's a lot of things that goes on in life that sometimes shake our faith, and we feel as if I don't have no more hope for it. But I am here to tell you, continue to believe it. Just because it's not a right now thing, know that it comes right on time. Whenever it may come tomorrow, it may come in 2 weeks, it may come in a month, years. Whenever it comes, just remember that it came just on time. And look, and when you pray, say, God, I pray this. But if this is not what you want me to have, give me something better, right? Don't continue just rely on that one. Lord, if this not what fits up with me, give me something better. That's better for me. Because a lot of times we would still be focusing on the one thing and we need something, better that's going to help us. So you want what's going to help you get you through life. Um, don't mind me, y'all. I'm one of them people I laugh and I don't know. Sometimes you just have to laugh at things to get things out. And half the time I smile and laugh because that's helped me get through certain things. Because I'm like, what I'm gonna say. But on this Sunday, I know they say Sunday start a new week. So let your week be blessed and let you know that just because I didn't do it last week, this week may just be that week. Every week is something new and new doors and impossible things happen. Just believe it in your heart, knowing that it is working for you. Not for them, not for them, but for you. So all you gotta do is trust God and just say, okay, God, I know it's working for me. Don't look at everybody else's process. Look at look at yours. You are different. You are not the same. Just because everybody else's life is set up and it seems like everything good, but yours is different. And let me tell y'all, um, I don't know if y'all um, the ones I was doing with, I call them co-wies, but they co-hosted. But I'm gonna call them co-wies because they my co-wies, they my teenies. Um, Talking about, planning and purpose and trusting in the process. And what came to me was that should we have plans or should we have goals? Because at the end of the day, I think we shouldn't even have plans because, well, we have to trust God's plan. So I should just, have a goal, right? Because every time we make plans, our plans not even set up how God wanted them to be set up. We could make plans all day long. Doesn't mean that it's going to be. So it's kind of like I might as well just have a goal. So I stick with that goal. And that's how it's going to be. And God just enhance my goal. Let it be better than what I think. Let it be better than what I see. Whatever my goal is, God just wants you to enhance that goal because every time we make plans, our plans go in other directions that we don't want it to go, but it's all for our purpose. God has a purpose for our life, even though at times we do not understand the purpose God has for our life. But we all have purpose. Don't let nobody tell you you don't have purpose or they said your life is not even worth living for. Let me tell you something. Your life is worth living for. I don't care everything that you have went through. Your life is worth living for. Your life is worth breathing for. Your life will change somebody else's life. So many times we question why, these things happen to me, but why not? God used me because he knew I was strong enough to do certain things. You know what I'm saying? So, yes. Okay. That is a word. So, that was my encouragement word for today, my devotional word for today from the Tpromise Sunday Night Live. That almost sounds like I think there's a TV show, but it ain't that type of TV show. Sunday Night Live. Um, I'll be live, right? Let's see. So what I was going to do today, what was I going to do? I said I wanted to do a segment of confessions. Now, y'all, when you get into a thing of, oh Lord, what she was saying? Hold up, y'all. What she was saying? I can't see it. Why you giving eyes? Why you giving eyes? Okay, see. Hold on, y'all. That's hold on. Trying to watch. Okay, I'll watch it later. I don't know. It's not even letting me look at it. So my headphone might be hooked up to my phone. Okay, I know your ears wide open, wide closed. There's something. But anyways, okay. So um, when it comes um to confessions, make your confession known unto God and known unto people if you want it to be right. Cause all of these are my confessions. That's all. We don't gotta say the other part, cause that ain't got nothing to do with me. Cause anybody got no chick on the side? At least I don't think. I hope y'all don't got no chick on the side. When you got a chick, or whatever the confession is, just put it out there. Even though you want to be like, I don't know about this. And sometimes you want to put out crazy confessions that don't even make sense. Now let me start. So, number one, uh, a confession, and I could say that I learned a confession and a lesson learned at the same time. I always, always, always have called myself a victim in situations that I thought um, another person was, uh, you know, damaging, right? I had looked back at things that I did as far as talking and writing to people about certain, like I used to vent, right? I used to vent to people all the time. It was kind of like my outlet because I didn't know how to talk to the people that I may be close to or whatever. And I had looked back, maybe like it was like a couple of days ago, not knowing as far as what I said. And I had read what I had wrote this individual about an individual. And in my mind at the time, and maybe like because I kept it because I thought, okay, this is something that's okay, type moving forward, type. Right, right. The other day, I looked back and read it because I said, ooh, let me see what was, said. Da, 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 da. And when I read it, I found myself saying, maybe I'm not going to say maybe a lot of times when you communicate and vent to people, you tend to damage your own situation, your own self. Not knowing that when you um, when you are damaging other people, you're not realizing how would that affect later on, you know, down the road, right? In my mind at the time, I was telling myself, you know, but I did that with my lips. I did that a lot of times, but I was like, well, should I even, say anything? Because it's kind of like, I mean, when it be, when it been, you know, gone. But then when I look, I said, was I that person? Was I that type of person? Like when you at a certain time in your life, you don't realize as far as what you do, what is your attitude, what is your motive. And at that time, and as I look and as I prayed and everything, I found myself, you be selfish, you being you causing more damage than you think you really is, which I was. Then to me, I thought I was, was a cry out for help, or this would be just keep me connected to a certain person, right? But all it really did was damage what I was, doing at the time. Like a lot of people don't realize in that moment or at that time, you being young and trying to understand what is going on. And let me tell y'all, this person does not know. Um, you talk to certain person, but I did, I did, and I just thought, making, you want to make things right. You want to just express how you feel or whatever. Now, let me tell you, I was no type of person that was just talking. I was talking to somebody that was close on, close, close, close. Okay, that was close, close, close. And I heard something, and it kind of had me feeling like, okay, what was going on as far as this whole situation? Was I the cause of it? But I didn't realize in my young times I was doing damage. Like in my mind at the time, I didn't feel that way. I didn't feel like I was damaging. But a couple of days when I read what I wrote, because I responded back to the, you know, and y'all, this is like, um, y'all don't understand because, um, let me see, like, damaging is so, yeah. Um, it's almost like something that you like, did. So it's at the end of the day, words. The person can't hear your words because you wrote the words. Yeah, the person can't hear the words because you wrote the words. And it's almost like, oh, you're doing, but at that time, being angry, mad, you just want your point across. And then when you get the understanding of why things, was things, it's like, how it's, I got heard earlier this week, if you could talk to your older self, you wouldn't have did the things that you did, right? I wouldn't have did that. I felt that, y'all, when I say I'm not a victim, I'm really not. Like, I understand, like, I had good motives. I had um good intentions. I guess I wanted my right now, right? Like I was saying in my devotional, I wanted my right now. And when you are in a certain point where you want that right now, you start getting frustrated in the right now because it's not coming right now. And then you say things that you don't want to say. But I didn't say it to the person. I just said it to another person. So then it was kind of like I was venting as if I was talking to that person. So do y'all think I should send it or delete? Go. Then next. Send it or delete. Now, that's one person on. Okay, so it's gonna be sent to somebody. So everybody check your box and see who I send it to. Now, y'all, this is a type of thing where you hold on, y'all. Okay, so this one. Nope, it's not that. Hold on, y'all. I am coming. Oh, Jesus. All right, it's being sent to whoever it needs to be sent to. Um, shoot. Okay. All right. Shoot. Now, a person that get this, please brace yourself. Please think and here it go. Hold on, cause yeah, I got email and not email. Okay, there you go. All right, and let's see. Okay, shoot, shoot. Forgive me, y'all. I am insane. Y'all ready? I'm about to send it. And go. Let's see who gets it. So when I had came to the conclusion to that um certain thing, y'all, I had to forgive myself and forgive what I said because I felt like I was in an angry mode. And then reading others, it's almost like, did that person really want things to go how you and the other individual wanted to go? And I was reading, like, is that why I was doing things differently? Like, you being influenced in so many areas. And it's almost like when you at a young age, you just basically going off with others. And then you flowing out. And it was just like, was I flowing right or was I doing things I was supposed to be? Yeah. When I say, I thought I was about I looked back, talk, I was, and I said, Tiff, what was you thinking? What was you thinking? And this was, uh, what year is this? 12? Man, that was 12 years ago. Long time ago. Because every time I added the years just go by. Yeah, that was a long time ago. But it don't matter how long. You have to put everything out just to be forgiven. Because a person would think one way and you wouldn't even think that. But like I said, some people do a lot of damage behind closed doors and they don't think they are. They just, my whole thing about doing certain things was just, I wanted to keep that connection there. I wanted to. mm, mm, mm. Please let us pray, Lord. Jesus, please, Lord. Y'all understand. I did okay, so first one was no victim. Second one, I felt like I was so yes, it did. It did. When you said that, then it did. But at that time, my mind wasn't even, because I didn't know. So, y'all won't ever understand the dynamics of things as far as the. It's like a ball that was just kept rolling and rolling and rolling, and you not realizing that you are doing something. But sometimes you putting the ball in the wrong person. Just because they don't say much doesn't mean they want the works for you. Not saying they don't. Maybe they felt a certain way. But so let's see my other my sister be on soon. She at work and she about to pop on her hair. Um let's see. What's something else? Look at this hair, y'all. I thought I twisted it. Okay, let's see. That's in my hand. I just playing with another one. Holding on to emotions for years and not confronting your emotions because you want to hide and bury them. That's the wrong thing to do. Why? Because it was convenient. It was because at the end of the day, you feel ashamed about you become um, friend everything of who you are, what you did. It's like, what am I now? Right? Um, uh, let's see. Don't ever, 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 ever go a day without confronting somebody that you need to tell them. Because you know why? Because you're going to continue to damage their life, your life, and everything around it. And then you're going to wonder why you are constantly in circles. Because a lot of times we don't realize, but sometimes we don't realize. Some moment here because this, oh well. Um, Sometimes we realize we're doing a good thing, but we're really not doing a good thing. We're just hiding behind our own self. And then we're not facing the fact of how you really feel about certain things until you get to a point where you're tired of feeling, the same way. And you know that um, certain things is just not right, I guess you could say. So, um, yeah, that too. Also, there's a lot about me that I had to find out about me. Ooh, child. There's a lot of things about me that I had to find out about me that I didn't know about me. And the only way I was able to find these things about me is really swallowing a hard pill, not physically, y'all, but spiritually. Like I act that way. I really do this. Is I'm really hurting the people around me. Is I'm really like you be thinking you doing so good. You the one that's doing so good. Yeah, I'm doing good, in areas. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing good in areas, doing what God want, but they say God's grace is what carries you to continue to do good. I was doing good in areas and everything, but man, I didn't realize that I had, you know, problems after problems, you know what I'm saying? So it's so important to deal with things right then and there. Oh my goodness, y'all, who I sent, help them, Jesus. Yeah, I'm kind of like in uh, I don't even know. Ask question. I'm about to twist this piece. Um, let's see. I did younger, like in my teenage years. I had found myself that I already had a problem of trying to. I guess see the latest on here because I don't feel like holding it. It's all over the place. Okay. So in my teen years, I felt as far as um what they say. You're looking. Oh gosh, you're looking for love in all the wrong places. Y'all, when I was a teen, probably like in high school or something. I just felt that I needed somebody because everybody else had something. I was the type of person because somebody else got somebody. I want somebody. And in my high school years, I used to pay. I'm not gonna say I used to pay people, but they didn't know. I used to be like, oh, I like this person, so I'm paying. My problem was that because you like somebody don't mean that you gotta always pay for them. This person, I was in all the way from junior high all the way to maybe 11th grade or something. Man, I got so fed up. I said, doggone, we wasn't even, you know what I'm saying? I was paying all this for what? And it's just like I had to learn you cannot pay for love because at the end of the day, it's gonna hurt you. Then by me doing that, once I got out of high school, I kind of just like I was just in it because everybody else was in it. Oh, cause you should go over here to this person, right? Good thing, thank Jesus, I only dealt with. A lot of people like they be having like 20 million people they was with, but not me. Mm mm. Lord, mm mm mm. Um, yeah, I've been. I had used this in one of my sermons. I forget which one it was, but it was about that. only God could judge me or something. I can't even remember the scripture, but it was recent, like a few months ago. And I was telling people I was with a drug dealer. I was verbally abused. Thankfully, I wasn't physically abused, but I was verbally abused. And this was when I was um, 16, 17. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I thought that, for a moment, is this okay? It's not okay. I spent, money on somebody that didn't even care about me. You know what I'm saying? I was with somebody that, like, it's almost like I felt worthless as far as just picking anybody because everybody else know them, and they telling you that this person good. You know what I'm saying? Person get locked up. I did good, but in my mind, they saying oh, it's all good because you have some. I have nobody. How you gonna have somebody that's locked up, right? Then with somebody that cheat, that constantly calling you names and you just want to be seen. I was in a state of mind as far as like my, I don't even know if it's self esteem or my, I don't even know what it was. But I, I, it was to the point that I pushed family away when I was, doing certain things like being young, a teenager, 17, even though I was 17, 18, I didn't know nothing about being in a relationship. I just wanted somebody to love me. I was trying to find every which way, you know what I'm saying? And so this person literally, like, words hurt as if they stab you in the heart, but you don't care because you're just like, okay. But I got fed up. That didn't last long because I said nobody should ever treat nobody like that, right? So, yeah, I feel like I'm having a story time, but it is confession because a lot of people, but when you go, once I turned, I thought I had just turned 19 and everything was just, I was just like, okay. I found someone to truly talk to, someone that understood me, someone that, you know, um, even though I was broken, I needed somebody to vent to. I needed somebody to understand me. Y'all, this person I think I talked to in 2018 before. I don't know. It was just crazy because I was like, oh, this person like close by. I'ma just, hit this person up. I was a broken person. I was so broken that I was just finding somebody to just hear me. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just somebody help me. This person helped me to get out of a certain state. So when I got into a certain state of moving forward, and it wasn't like, oh, let's just jump right on in it. No, it wasn't like that. It was, conversation, understanding, little at a time. Because a lot of people, when they do certain things, they just jump right in and think, okay, it's y'all. When I say it's solid, it's solid. Nobody can tell me different. I knew what was ins and outs, but what I didn't know at the time, you always hear people. I'm not gonna say I didn't know, but you always hear people that you need to communicate. You need to communicate. But my communication was just in areas over here, over here, over here. It took me years to understand that you can't communicate with everybody, right? That was my biggest problem. What had me at a quiet, I was a quiet person. I was a shy person. I used to be scared to tell people because what had happened to me. Even though people said, they see physical abuse all the time. Oh, there is a such thing of verbal abuse. I walked in because I was broke again. Somebody broke me. I didn't know who Tiff was. Somebody find her. I had to pick up the pieces to find me. You know what I'm saying? Finding who I was. But at the same time, I also wanted to find love like everybody else. And at the time, I was like, I did something for me. I found someone. I was able to, pick up the pieces, even though I was still. It's like you find a place that you're in that's, you know, comfort, comfortable to you or whatever, and then when you figure out as far as I guess I had gotten a place as far as okay, I found my right now, I found my, you know, place of where I need to be, but it wasn't where God wanted at the time. It was what Tiff wanted, because Tiff felt her heart was being fixed and being known and heard, like somebody was picking up the pieces where Tiff couldn't pick up the pieces. And sometimes you tend to run away from your own self because it's like, who wanted to see me? So I be what quiet from my own self because it was Tiff. Well, if any words come out that's not right, if somebody just go shoot it down. And I just didn't want my words to be shot down because I was so used to hearing it. And I just didn't want to, mess up any good experience that I have. Like, it took a long time to learn these different things that just because it may feel as if it is wrong and if it hurt, you have to say something. Don't hide behind anything. You have to talk to understand because everybody is not the same. And a lot of times we tend to think that everybody is the same and they are not. Now, y'all, I wasn't getting on here to be doing all these bullshit, but when I look back over my life and everything that I've been through, there's a lot of stuff that was in me that I didn't realize. You know what I'm saying? And that took time. That really took time to understand, okay, that you have a voice. You can speak up. If you're not heard, at least you said something. I'm gonna tell anybody, if you want to be heard, say something. If just don't cut off because you feel like you won't be heard. And I just want y'all, because y'all know the person, thank you. Um, but you come a long way to understand who you truly are, and I had to come a long way to truly know who I really was. I used to wonder why certain things happened to me. I think I was making too much plans instead of sticking with the goal. I think I was doing too much planning and not looking at the goal, right? Sometimes we get stuck in our planning and not realizing you still have a goal. Because planning change, but a goal can always be there. Um, y'all, this supposed to be, uh, y'all. When I tell y'all, I tell y'all, like, you know, it's crazy how you can look at yourself and say, Lord, I made it. I made it. I didn't think I would make it, but I made it. Took some losses, but I made it. But it's all worth it in the end once you understand. It's worth it in the end once you understand that, you know, your loss is turning to gain, even though you don't understand. You know what I'm saying? But we just had to accept God's plan. And that's why um, certain things, came to me as far as like with the whole planning thing. It's like, what's the point of planning when I could just have a goal out there and just try to reach that goal instead of making plans? Because it just going to detour you from what you really trying to seek from God. God, just, if this not what you need from me, just do it better. Excuse me. But, yeah, I was a girl. My confession today is I was a girl. I'm a woman now. But I used to be that girl that was so broken just to have the right love, to just be heard. A lot of people don't know your story. And sometimes we don't want to tell it because what people may say or think. It's not about what people say. I'm telling you because there may be somebody else that may feel the same, that may be going through the same thing that I went through or you went through. It's all about sharing our story, even when we don't feel like sharing our story. But we have to share our story. Um, um, everybody knows this. Um, you know how when people say, "Don't question God." When now y'all, if I get emotional, I'll cry because this was a big part of me. Um, I did, I did question God. I shouldn't have, but if you heard me once before, my relationship with God wasn't up and up. I was going to church all the time, but I can confess that I did question God because a lot of people say, "Who question God?" Don't nobody. Oh, when you're in a certain point in your life and you feel a certain way, oh, you will, y'all. Let me tell you about this moment. And we might talk about this all last week, but I'm gonna tell y'all my story. In 2020, was it 12, 13? It was probably right before New Year's, whatever. Anyways, I know, you're pregnant. I still be like, if I would have known, but God knows, because if I would have known early enough, probably would have been worse, because then I really, really been in a state of mind of, dog, you carry your child for so long and your child gone. Oh, that happened to me in 2020, but I grew. But in 2013, I'm just say 2013, y'all, I was so happy. I was the happiest. I was scared, but I was the happiest because first I was scared because I didn't know what people was gonna think. I didn't know what people was gonna say, but I was happy, right? When you when you are gifted a child, right? It's like the happiest moment in your life. Y'all, I was doing everything like everybody do. And y'all wanna know a crazy story? I was sick maybe a week. Was it a week or two before I find out or so? I was sick. I thought I was just having stomach pain. I thought it was just my acid reflux. Let me back it up. I thought it was my acid reflux, right? I was going to work. My stomach wasn't feeling well. Me and my sister went out to eat Applebee's. I think I was an Applebee's person. I was always eating. I was TMI, too much information, but I was throwing up. But I just thought maybe something was wrong. And food, right? Go home. Because we left. And I said, let me go home. Thinking nothing of it. I'm not thinking that I'm pregnant. I said, I probably gotta call the doctor. Um, go home. Y'all, I mean, it's funny because I said it's funny because I was like, good thing I ain't pregnant. Look at my belly, right? In my mind, I didn't know because I never been pregnant in my life at that time. And I said, at least my stomach come in, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm not, good thing I ain't pregnant. Why would I say something like that? Something had to click to tell me I was or something. But in my mind, I wasn't. Cause I said, I ain't, my stomach just hurting from, I get the procedure as far as they had to do tests because I said I was having bad back pain. Like I was hurting. I couldn't sleep. I said I was throwing the ball up. I say it that way just because some people can or whatever. Y'all, I remember this night as no other night. Um, the test came back. Now my doctor don't ever, ever, ever call. I was young. I was young enough. I was 23. Or was I about to turn 23? I don't know if my birthday passed or not. But I get the call. He called my phone. He said, he asked me who I was. Y'all need to know my. And he said, well, we got your test results back. I said, yeah. He said, and we see you pregnant. I said, I cried because I was in my parents' room. Y'all know y'all do that, cry because you know what they gonna say. I'm still in my parents' house. But in my mind, I was happy. Um, when he said that, I'm like, oh my goodness. I was crying like no other, y'all. I was crying. I'm like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong? I'm like, I couldn't say nothing. Like I was just sitting in a chair. I wanted to drop the phone because I'm like, oh my goodness. Like they talk about, we can really see we can really see the baby in the. So you can really see, right? Y'all. So then I'll go downstairs. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta go tell, you know, I said, oh my goodness, what he gonna think? Like, I find out, like, you know, it's kind of like you get some news to see about yourself or your health. You find out, oh, you having a whole child here, right? And I call him. Oh, I call him. And we both was kind of like, you know, it always say at first, but it was kind of like a new thing for us, you know, right? But happy at the end of the day, you know, having a child. So fast forward, um, I remember this day like yesterday. I could turn that way, and I know. Um, I'm talking about questioning, right? Okay, but I want to tell y'all my story of how I feel and why I felt that way. Um, January 19th, y'all. I was at a meeting. No, when I woke up that morning, I called the doctor. I said, because I couldn't sleep in my bed. I couldn't sleep in my bed for nothing. Like my back was hurting, my side was hurting. I couldn't sleep. I was tossing, I was turning, right. So I was sleeping in the chair because it was more comfortable, or whatever. Because I couldn't sleep, like I was hurting. So I called the hospital. I think I called the emergency or something. I said, I feel, I was feeling some sharp pains, but I don't know if that's because the baby moving or is the baby growing. I don't know, right? They said, well, you are about like 5 months or so, so that means the baby is growing and trying to get more room. So in my mind, like, okay, so I mean, I'm just feeling these pains because y'all saying that's what the baby is. That's what you told me, and I was conscious because this was my first, so I wanted to be on top of calling and making sure. So I said, well, they said that everybody was my parents, and so that time I said, well, they said the baby was growing and I'm supposed to feel this, but I was just saying because I was feeling, you know. So I go to the meeting. I'm supposed to get my hair done, so I had to leave. I was still hurting, y'all. I drove, but I said, oh, she said because baby growing. So I guess I'm supposed to just have these sharp pains. If I would have knew, but tipped in no. But God's plan, right? Um, I'll go get my hair done, y'all. I don't even know if I still do have a picture, but I don't know if it's still in my email on my computer. But my hair was maybe like half braided because I was getting my hair braided, so I wouldn't have to worry about it. Because shoot, a girl about to have a baby soon, and ain't nobody got time to do hair, right? I go there. I'm sitting in the chair. I start moving to the point I couldn't sit still. I said, "Can I get up?" They're just like, "Sure, you get up." I move around. I was bent over. I said, "I gotta go to the bathroom." Go to the bathroom. I'm like, I am hurting to the fact I couldn't even sit down. So she said, "Well, just lay down. Maybe that will help." Now I'm starting to feel hot. I'm sweating, and my stomach hurts so bad. I need somebody to help me. I tried to bend over. I couldn't stay still. I started crying. Because now I'm like, something just not right. I am hurting. I called my parents because they was done at the meeting. And mind you, I drove. I drove. I'm not going to, I couldn't drive. I couldn't sit. Um, I called, I said, you need to come get me because I'm hurting so bad. I can't even sit down and something just don't feel right. Like, I couldn't sit. My hair didn't get done. I wasn't worried about my hair at the time. All I was worried about my stomach. I have a child. And so my dad ended up driving me. I mean, the hospital was 5 or so, but it felt far at the. It might have been 5 minutes, 5, 6. I don't know. It was so many minutes or whatever. And I had to lay the seat all the way back to the point I was crying, hurting, asking what is going on, why is I feeling this way. So y'all, I get to the hospital. Let me tell y'all about this. They don't even have that maternity leave no more. They went somewhere else. Good thing, cause anyway, I get there right. Mind you, I am hurting, and I need to, I need some help. I had to get in a wheelchair because I couldn't walk. And what they asked me, what's your name? What's my name? What's your insurance? What's this, that? Are you serious right now? If I cussed, I probably would have, but I didn't. But I was hurting, right? Oh, let's rush her because you know, I get up to the room. I'm crying. TMI. Oh, now we see blood. Are you serious? Are you serious? So I get back there. Now I'm crying for they trying to do an ultrasound. Do you know how bad that ultrasound hurted? Because I was hurting and I kept saying, how my child? How's everything? And then I'm saying, I just want to stop hurting. I just want to stop hurting. What's going on? What's going on? And all I hear is, mm, it looked like the baby. I said, it looked like what? It's like the baby moving down. What you mean? But at the same time, I'm uncomfortable. I'm crying. I'm hurting. I got to a point where I said, Dad, pray for me because I felt like I couldn't even think straight. I'm crying and screaming. And they said, you got to calm down. You got to be. What you mean? I got to. So then, when I'm back there, right? Now, this the people in the hospital, not my family. The people in the hospital tell you to calm down, stop screaming, right? But you don't realize how much pain having a child early. Then my water broke. So I said, and what they said, oh, your water broke. That means you're going to let's put her in another room. Oh, it eased the pain a little bit. It eased the pain a little bit. I get to the other room. I'm sick at this time. Not like literally, but like, throwing up. Ugh. Y'all, when I tell you, I was throwing up. And I said, I feel something coming. And they said, what you mean? I got sick so hard. I said, something came out, right? Something came out. Like something just not right. You know what they said? Oh, well, that's your child. They said, it's when they tell you that, oh, it's a girl. Do you know how much my heart just dropped, like past my whole body? Like, are you serious? And y'all expect me to go tell her father that now we don't have a child? I don't have a child. I couldn't sit. Because on that day, I was supposed to meet my child's father so he could at least, see me. And, but the child, I never got to go because of that. Instead of me going, I had to do a phone call. And, what gets you is that when people, oh, you have, a little, but I'm saying, let me see my child. So, um, I did get to talk to my child father, and he gave, our child the name, which I always say I am ever so grateful for, because in that moment I couldn't even think y'all would be a think about a child name. I couldn't even think. I couldn't think about a name. I couldn't think about anything. All I could think about is my child was gone. So that night, they were saying, "Oh well, the people going to, they're going to come and get him." And I said, "Well, can she, stay? Well, she could stay for a few more hours." Do you know how much that hurt? Do you know how much that hurt? To say you only could spend maybe an hour or two with your child. Probably in their mind, they was just thinking, "Oh, she's not here." It does not matter. But see, sh so when it came time, they had to take her. You know, I cried and I cried and I cried. I cried. I cried when I left the hospital. I cried when I went home because I didn't come home with a child. I came home with myself. What was in me was gone. Y'all don't understand how much it can hurt that, something that you always wanted, knowing you need in your heart. And at the time, I didn't understand none of that. None of that. I did go home and say, why? 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 And all you can hear people, it's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. What you mean? You know what I'm saying? What you mean it's going to be all right? It's going to be okay. You want me to be all right and okay? Because y'all know that night, I kept saying, "Could somebody go, because it's about time, and then they want to take the child, and it's just like, I was, Oh my God. But yeah, I had a moment and a time when I did, when I did question God. The Lord forgive me, but I was hurt because at that time I didn't understand when your relationship is not where it's supposed to be with God, you're going to do any and everything because you think it's right. Because that's how you feel in that moment. And I had to feel every emotion, not just for me, not just for me. I was thinking about a lot of things that was going in my head about what would be. I wasn't just thinking about that, but it was just like something just gone. Well, everything was gone. And when people lose a child, sometimes they lose everything. They lose their self in that moment. In that moment, they lose their self. They lose who they are. They lose people around because people don't understand. Y'all, I got to the point that I moved. I mean, I didn't move far, but I moved because I felt like mm-mm, mm-mm. Like I moved. And ever since that, I ain't go back to my parents' house. But I moved. I finished school. I had to get in the mindset like, okay, if my daughter was here, I would finish school. I would want her to be proud. Like I had to get in the mindset as if she was, because I missed her so much. So it was kind of like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I I don't know. I can't remember if I did visit the graveside after, but I cried. I cried. You know what I'm saying? Um, like I said, I understand a lot of stuff that I went through as far as that, but that was something real big in my life. That and another, thing. But and a lot of things that went on because a love of a child is everything, right? Um, yes, angel. But and soon I finally got to a point where I said, well, she could do a better job up there, and you know, help from up there. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, yeah. It's hard for me to tell that story, but the more I tell it, it kind of helps me to, get like, oh, my crying would have been even more, you know, crazier if I would have just had showed y'all, because I would have been over here like somebody help her. I wouldn't been able to talk. That's how much it takes me to, process a lot of things when it comes to that. But it helped me because I did have another miscarriage in 2020. I felt like I was all starting over. A girl, y'all, I just got boys. But, boys is boys. So I take it as okay, God. You, but you know, you live, you learn, and you grow. But one thing I did learn: don't keep it. but release it. Because if you keep it, it may hurt. It will hurt you. It it does a lot. Um, Let me see, y'all. Okay, go. Let's see what else. Uh, Anybody got any questions? Any um, well, comment or anything? Um, I kind of heard y'all over here crying and and all in everybody emotions. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, tonight was kind of like I was all what did I say Saturday night? Like, oh, I was live. I was live today because I did my encouragement and everything fit well. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it's Sunday. Did I say Saturday night, Lord? I'm still on Saturday, girl. Man. I wasn't trying to do that. It's okay to cry. Like the song, it's okay to cry. Um, and it's all right. I'm going to rewatch that because I didn't watch it all. I wasn't trying to. I was just keeping it real. Um, just gotta keep it real and do what it do, and that's most definitely give you comfort in your time of need, even when you feel like I'm by myself, but you're not by yourself. When you have angels, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. I used to I used to live. It certainly was, even though you could see it at the time, it was a blessing. We just had to open our eyes and to accept, those blessings in certain places, right? Um, I'm gonna say this. I used to, and nobody can tell me that there's no angels. I used to go to sleep when I used to live by myself. I used to go to sleep, um, lay down. I would be feeling like little feet kicking my back, and I'm not telling no stories. I'm being so 100 right now. I used to feel something kicking my back, and I'm like, what the heck? So I be moving like, what is? So then I turn, then I feel like a handprint, like touching my back while I'm asleep. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So then another night, I, you know, I was asleep, right, and I used to be like, okay. So then I finally accept, like, okay, you don't get that time, but then you get that time, and it's like, okay, now you're playing with me, girl. You're playing with me. Because I used to be like, what the heck is on my back? What? Somebody kicking me? I was like, it was weird at that moment, but I was tripping for a moment. So I said, okay. I said, I'm not expecting. Yes, yes. Like I used to be like, I could, how a baby handprint and feet. I used to feel, or like a touch, like when I'm like, no, you be looking like, what the world? But then you finally go, okay, okay, okay. Now I understand. Don't ever think that you don't ever have an angel watching you, because sometimes angels come to you when you sleep. Through the day, it's up to you if how you accept it, right? But we are we are still blessed that we even have an angel as our daughter, right? Shoot, is it next week? Next Friday. On the 19th, it'll be 11 years. And y'all, if I find me a cupcake, I'm celebrating on this live. Now, y'all know I don't do candles because I may not be able to burn a little candle, but I will celebrate my child's birthday. Because when 19th come, oh, it hit differently. So, and it's on a Friday too. So, could y'all ever imagine having an 11-year-old man? At least, but God knows. Um, but she doing the thing how God want her to do the thing. So, um, this was a good live and good live and y'all. But like I said, look at my hair. I thought I was doing something. I don't know why it's looking like this though. Um, okay, anybody got any more comments? Any more questions? Any more comments? Questions, comment. I think that was a song. That's mine. Comments, comment. Do anybody got some? My sister's mad. I know you can't. You G crying. He crying over there, y'all. He has. I understand, dog. uh, so, um, I might make it short tonight. Um, I gotta think about it. Y'all, I don't know if y'all seen that short that I made already, but let me tell y'all about that fur coat. If I had a cat, you can't see it right now. If I had a cat, you would no, you would have thought I had a cat. All this fur that's on my shirt, like it's so much fur. It's on my back and on the front of me. Like that's too much fur. I like fur, but you know. But y'all, I'm about to hit the button. I'm glad y'all listened to me tonight. But that's all I have for tonight, for real, for real. But I hope to see y'all on tomorrow because I'm going to talk about my podcast. And please check that out early in the morning at 8 o'clock. And I will be on, Lord's willing, tomorrow. If not, it'll be Tuesday because it's your girl birthday. Um, so, yeah, that's all I had. I appreciate you all that's listening. Please take those kind words. Okay, most definitely. So I hope that you all have a blessed night. Know that God loves you. I love you. You can't do nothing about it. And blessings to you. And it's working in your favor. Okay? Okay. Y'all have a good night. Blessings.